आओ अब कुछ बात करेंगे, मिलजुल कर अब काम करेंगे।
Dignitaries on the dais and my dear students. Today, what is missing in our young generation is the sense of professionalism, quality consciousness, and above all, the pride for the nation. We have misused the outputs of our democracy in the last 6 decades, post-independence. We have taken democracy to mean total freedom to do what we want, what we like, permit to behave the sense, but without any sense of responsibility and accountability. We follow the path of violence, destruction, strikes, and burns. We paralyze our normal life. It affects the economy very badly. Loss of government property and we cause also the inconvenience to common man. I would like to appeal to the youth that every morning that they should not only get up, but wake up. Unfortunately, our politics is not constructive. It moves around self. In fact, the future is going to be the challenging in terms of complexity of the problems that needs very simple and straightforward solutions. We need to understand the problem before proceeding to find a solution. In our engineering, we believe that every problem has a solution, not only one solution, but many solutions. We have to hit or strike what we call optimum solution. We have to dig our own soil to search for golden mines. University education is not mere a degree certificate to get a job and monthly salary. Education is learning for life. Real education starts definitely at the steps of our mind. Let us do very great things together. Thank you very much.
I just want to focus on few things. की आज जर मी ह्या स्टेजवरती येऊन हे स्टेज गाजवू शकते तर उद्या मी डेमोक्रेसी सुद्धा गाजवू शकते आणि गाजवणारच. As we all know, we have the world's largest democracy that is ruled by the people. It's very important to understand who these people are. According to Indian Youth Portal, 41.5% of the total population come under the category of youth. So it is but obvious the participation of youth in the political practice is integral. Their innovative way of assessment and unacceptability towards injustice make them an ideal class of people to represent the people and to work for the people. As we all know, we have derived the idea of democratic government, our democratic government, from English government. Then why should not we derive the same idea of youth participation, youth leadership from them? That is Bill Clinton, for example, Bill Clinton, Barack Obama, the president at the age of 45 years. We have the largest democracy wherein people below 40 elects the people above 60 to power. Are we really satisfied with the way our country is being governed? There should be a retirement age for every politician. And there should be a good education qualification too. I conclude by few suggestions. That is, youth should consider politics as a part of a career opportunity. Instead of running behind money, one should run for the development of our own democracy. By serving our own democracy, we earn profits for our own country. Instead of crying of corruption, at least one should try to avoid it. One should be Nayak of democracy to become Layak as civilians of a country. And lastly, we should be proud. We should be proud enough to work for our country. Thank you.
The dignitaries of the dais. Today is the first Parliament of Indian Student Council leaders. The convener of this program, dear friend, Shri Rahul Karatji, my special appreciation to you to make this initiative to make the future leaders of our great nation. Other dignitaries on the dais, the young student leaders from the various political parties, ladies and gentlemen, and my dear young friends who come across the various states of our nation. Very good afternoon to all of you. Let me tell you, my dear young friends, I was a student leader right from the school days. If we dream about India becoming a superpower, if we talk about, we feel proud about Sara Jahan se acha Hindustan hamara. But if you want to make it in true terms, really proud of Sara Jahan se Hindustan acha, the future lies on the 65% of the India's population. Today we talk about below 25 or 35 years age. We boast about India is the youngest country in the world, though the largest democracy. But participation of the youth in the democratic process is very decimal, disappointed. If you look at various elections, I would like to quote one example here, how poor the participation overall the citizens and particularly the educated middle class. Take the example of Mumbai itself, South Mumbai. After the Mumbai blast, the 26/11 incident, few months after the elections took place, you know the percentage of the vote there? Total people voted 38%. If there is no participation, particularly the educated and youth, how do we blame the government? I read once about a journalist, M.B. Kamath, written in one of the newspaper. People get the government which they deserve. If you don't participate and if you don't elect your own representative, so don't blame on the government. The future is in you, lies in you. You are the young leaders. You are the future of the country. If you want to make this country, as we all know, still out of 1.12 crores population, still 30 crores people below poverty, hardly have 1 meal a day, 301 million people still illiterate in the country. We talked about rural and urban problems. We talked about scams and corruption in the society, in the government, but responsibility lies in you. I came myself, spent 14 years in abroad, but came back to the country. As a lawyer, I spent there, but came back to participate in the election, to serve the people. We learned in the history during the freedom struggle, we learned about people participating, those leaders we admire and adore, joined politics to serve. But today, the many politicians are serving or joining politics because it's become best profitable business. It's our responsibility to have a clean, corruptless society. In spite of being in the second time in the parliament, I attended myself like you. I went to LSE, London School of Economics. There is a program for Indians and Gurukul leadership program. So what I'm saying, still as a student, being in parliament, but I'm still learning to how best I can serve my people. How you make your representative work. You are the people questioning your own sarpanch to parliament member. If they don't represent your values, your wishes to the respective legislative or parliament, you have to make them to work. Unless you start questioning them, they will not perform. Joining politics may not be a best career option, but joining politics we proud of. So friends, without taking too much time, I think this is the hour of the need of the country. The youth participation in democracy not only must, but I feel as a responsible citizen to make the country to make our proud India in the 21st century. If you want to make this India as a superpower, the responsibility lies in you, particularly the youth and youth participation to make India the best country in the world. The responsibility on us, not just the public representatives, but the youth. So once again, thank you friends for listening to me and wish you the best of New Year. Jai Hind.
Distinguished delegates and dear friends, there is a famous quote by George Bernard Shaw. Quote, "It is all that the young can do for the old, to shock them and keep them up to date." Unquote. The saying has a new meaning today. As the youth constitute the most creative segment of the society, they should be referred as the torch bearers. The younger generation aims to participate actively in political affairs and activism in order to eradicate the evils that exist in the system today. The educated class of youth should be promoted as a representative of the largest democracy in the world. They have the vision, compassion, dedication to do something meaningful. All they need is support. India's youth demographic that account for 50% of the population has crucial involvement in policy making and decision making process. But unfortunately, in a great democracy like India, except in the state led by the left government, the dominating trend prevails in our school and colleges and university, curtails the growth of democratic and socialist values among the young. In that spaces, all obscurantist ideas and decadent culture such as communalism, corruption, etc. will find fertile soil. What is the solution? The solution is the systematic engagement of the youth making and taking decision which would have an impact on them later or rather repoliticization. I will conclude. It's a duty to every Indian family to motivate and promote their children to come forward and reconstruct our nation for the sake of the world's largest democracy comprising 100 crores of the citizen. The future of India lies with the generation of X today. With these words, I conclude my speech. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
प्यारे भाइयों और बहनों, आजकल हमारे देश में छात्रों पे बहुत ज़्यादा शोषण हो रहा है। उसको सोचने वाला कोई नहीं है, क्योंकि सबसे पहला उदाहरण है छात्र राजनीति को बंद करना। जो हमारे सरकार है, उन्होंने छात्र राजनीति को बंद करके दलालों की राजनीति बनाने का काम किया है। उनके लिए मैं यहाँ से आह्वान करना चाहता हूँ कि मेरे नेताओं सुन लो, जब जब देश में क्रांति हुई है छात्रों का ही योगदान रहा, आज भी नई क्रांति होगी तो छात्रों का योगदान रहेगा। छात्र राजनीति शुरू करवाए। केंद्र सरकार से मैं इस माध्यम से अपील करना चाहता हूं, जिस देश में छात्र राजनीति बंद हो गई है उसको तुरंत लागू किया जाए। और मैं आप लोगों के आगे कुछ नहीं बोलना चाहता। जय हिंद, जय राष्ट्रवाद। मेरा एक ही नारा है, चलो विकास की ओर, जुड़ो राष्ट्रवाद की ओर। जय हिंद, जय राष्ट्रवाद।
समाजासाठी, त्यातील लोकांसाठी, त्यांच्या समस्यांसाठी नेहमीच झटपट करणाऱ्या तुमच्या त्या नेतृत्व शक्तीला नमस्कार करून मी माझ्या भाषणास सुरुवात करतो। आजच्या कार्यक्रमाचा एक विलक्षण योग आहे या इंडियन स्टुडंट पार्लमेंटचा। विद्यार्थी मित्रांनो, 12 जानेवारी स्वामी विवेकानंद जयंती संपूर्ण देशात युवा दिन साजरा करत असताना या MIT कॉलेज कॅम्पस मध्ये कुठल्याही याचं बॅनरची पर्वा न करता एका विचाराने 6000 विद्यार्थी एकत्र येतात, ही खरं तर कौतुकास्पद बाब आहे। खरं तर आमच्या युवकांवर टीका होत असते की आम्हाला आमच्या सामाजिक जबाबदारीचं भान नाही, आमची युवा शक्ती ही भरकटत चाललेली आहे। त्या सगळ्या टीकाकारांना माझं सांगणं आहे की तुम्ही पुण्यामधल्या MIT कॉलेजच्या कॅम्पसमध्ये या, एक विचार घेऊन महाराष्ट्राच्या आणि भारताच्या कानाकोपऱ्यातून एकत्र आल्यात। या सगळ्या टीकाकारांना, जे लोक आपल्यावर टीका करतात युवकांवर, त्या सगळ्यांना एक सनसनीत आणि खणखणीत उत्तर आहे असं मला वाटतं। आपण आज सर्व क्षेत्रात आघाडीवर आहोत आणि आजचा युवक सेन्सिटिव्ह आहे, संवेदनक्षम आहेत। त्याची काही उदाहरणं देतो। जेव्हा मुंबईमध्ये बॉम्बस्फोट झाला होता तेव्हा मी पुण्यामध्ये होतो आणि पुण्यातल्या एका हॉस्पिटलमध्ये रात्री 2 वाजता 250 युवक रक्तदानासाठी लाईन लावून उभे होते. घटना क्रमांक 2, राष्ट्रीय सुरक्षेच्या विरोधात जेव्हा बांगलादेशी घुसखोरी होत होती त्याच्या विरोधात जेव्हा आपण कॉल दिला की या बांगलादेशी घुसखोरीला आपण विरोध केला पाहिजे, तेव्हा देशाच्या कानाकोपऱ्यातून 45,000 युवक त्या बांगलादेशाच्या सीमेवर जाऊन लढले. हे एक दुसरं उदाहरण झालं. विद्यार्थी मित्रांनो, आपलं कर्तव्य आहे, आपलं उद्दिष्ट आहे की ही मातृभूमी एक बलशाली, समृद्ध, आधुनिक, विश्वासू, भ्रष्टाचार मुक्त देशामध्ये रूपांतर करण्यासाठी आपल्याला काम करायला लागेल. आणि त्यासाठी लोकजागरण, लोकशिक्षण आणि लोक आंदोलन ही युवकांची भूमिका असली पाहिजे. आणि जाताना एवढंच एक म्हणावंसं वाटतं की 100 वर्षापूर्वी स्वामी विवेकानंदांनी असं म्हटलं होतं की मला फक्त 100 युवक द्या ज्यांच्यामध्ये त्याग आहे, समर्पण आहेत. परंतु मला असं वाटतं की स्वामी विवेकानंदांना अपेक्षित असलेले युवक 100 होते, परंतु या कार्यक्रमामध्ये स्वामी विवेकानंदांना अपेक्षित असलेले 5,000 युवक आहे. आणि हे 5,000 युवक निश्चितपणे भारताला बलशाली घडवतील. आणि बलशाली भारत घडवण्याच्या रिव्होल्युशनरी फेजचा आज आपण संकल्प करून आणि हे माध्यम ज्या MIT संस्थेने या कार्यक्रमाच्या माध्यमातून उपलब्ध करून दिलं त्याला विद्यार्थी परिषद परिवाराकडून शुभेच्छा देतो. आणि असा कार्यक्रम दरवर्षी झाला पाहिजे असं अभिनंदन करून मी माझे 2 शब्द संपवतो. जय हिंद, वंदे मातरम.
यूथ पार्टिसिपेशन इन डेमोक्रेसी खूप मोठा विषय आहे. आपण सगळे तरुण आहोत, देशाचं भविष्य आहोत आणि उद्या आपण देश घडवणार आहोत. तर चला आता आपण देश घडवूया. म्हणजे काय करायचं? कालपासून मी खूप भाषणं ऐकले आणि सगळ्यांचं असं म्हणणं आहे की तुमच्या हातात या देशाचं भविष्य आहे, तुम्हाला काहीतरी करायला पाहिजे, तुम्हाला पार्टिसिपेशन करायला पाहिजे, तुम्हाला लोकशाहीत असायला पाहिजे. ते सगळे आहोतच ना, म्हणजे करायचं काय ते सांगा ना. म्हणजे उद्या उठून मी काय केलं पाहिजे. सगळ्यांचे प्रश्न खूप आहेत. या व्यासपीठावर इंडियाविषयी बोललं गेलं, हिंदुस्थान विषयी बोललं गेलं. मी आपला सामान्य माणूस भारताविषयी थोडंसं बोलतो. 5 गोष्टी जर युथचं पार्टिसिपेशन या देशात लोकशाही तत्वानुसार राजकारणात जर व्हायचं असेल तर काही मी फक्त 5 मुद्दे मांडणार आहे. 2030 साली या देशाचं सरासरी वय 27 असणार आहे. 27 ते 30 असा रिसर्च म्हणत असेल तर या देशातला पूर्णपणे त्याला डेमोग्राफिक डिव्हिडंड असं म्हणलं गेलेलं आहे की हा डेमोग्राफिक डिव्हिडंड तेव्हाच असेल डिव्हिडंड की जेव्हा हा सशक्त युवा तेव्हा उभा असेल तर. नाहीतर डेमोग्राफिक नाईट मेअर म्हणून तो देशात